So we're in Geneva at the blockchain conference, and one of the people behind this is a company called WISeKey. And they've been very much putting Geneva on the map as a place where blockchain research is being done. They started an institute and they've been very involved. I'm talking to Andreas Moreira. Yes. And tell us about WISeKey. I mean, I hear you're on the stock exchange.
Exactly, yeah. So WISeKey is a cybersecurity company. We've been here for 20 years in Geneva. We recently, as you said, launched on the on the Nasdaq. So, and we're also listed on the SIX exchange.
How many people in the company?
We have about actually 150 people, I would say, mostly.
So you're a small company, but you went to the stock exchange anyway.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we're only the second one. I think Logitech did it only before us. That's it. We have most people in France because they have a fabless company working on semiconductors. So we design our own chipsets, and here in WISeKey we're mostly concerned about how to protect your identity, how to protect the identity of your items, and how you make sure that no one can compromise your data.
Yeah. And I know that because you give out lots of digital certificates, right? Exactly. The SSL certificates are all over the place. You have one of the root access, I think, here in Switzerland, and then you're even going to start in China.
Exactly. I mean, one of our key values is that we have our own root of trust, because most of the root of trust actually are owned by American companies, and some people will prefer to have root of trust that is more secured in a neutral way, such as Switzerland have it. We actually have it installed in one of the Swiss bunkers, in a bunker detained by the Swiss military. So it is like this.
Makes me feel so safe when I use your. Yeah, they've done billions and billions of verification of digital identities with your SSL certificates. So, and then you also do this chipsets design to do what? To basically have an RFID chip and verify identity. I mean, you have here the wine bottle, the verification of the wine bottle, but you have some kind of a chip which basically is used for that.
Yeah, we actually have some chips. I don't know if I have it right here with me. I actually don't. It's fine. We have some our own semiconductors where we have wafers installed, and we use the antenna to communicate in an NFC manner with any phone. It can be an iPhone or an Android, for example. And for example, the bottle. Let me just get the bottle really quick.
Yeah.
Really expensive brand here. When it's empty.
How expensive? Now we want to know. Yeah, you want to say this is extremely. Are there anybody who's really, this is worth basically protecting? Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, it would be a shame if after emptying this drink, I will fill it up and resell it to the market again, right? So the idea is that what we can do to protect the value of the consumer product that you are here. So pretty much we have those bottle cap that we put our own. As you can see, our own chip. So we have the semiconductor installed with the antenna, as I explained. Yeah. And the idea is just to tap simply the phone on top of it to be sure that the identity of the wine bottle can be verified and you don't have a fake bottle. And the idea is that also those caps are protected. And if you try to break the seal, the identity will shift and it will not work anymore.
Okay. And what's the total cost for the bottle? What's the increase in price for the bottle?
I mean, for a bottle like this, it will be less than, let's say, I don't know, 0.5%. It's nothing.
Well, 0.5%, but I mean, it was less than €1, something like this.
It's only a few cents to produce, and we might say maybe it depends on the batching, but it can be for up to €1 max, right?
So that is in a company that's already been in existence for a long time, 20 years. I mean, I think the background of your dad started it, right? And he was at the UN. What did he do at the UN?
So my dad is the CEO of the company. He's been working for 20 years in WISeKey, but before he was the CSO of the UN. So he was constructed the backbone of the security program in the UN. But he grew tired of the slowness of the UN, and they were not willing to put the security forth. So he wanted to really put the digital identity of everyone in your own control. So that's why he created his own company, and he's delivering this new message.
So how does blockchain come in?
So blockchain is a new concept where it's still at the beginning. So what we're doing is that we're launching the Trust Protocol Association. We have a few really exciting new companies working with us, such as WIHN. We have Oracle, that's really well known, really big company, and all of those companies are using their own, either their own protocol for blockchain, or they're using one that's already known, like for example Ethereum or Hyperledger. And we all collaborate to exchange our goods and services, such as WISeKey. We use their certificates, our semiconductors, and it really helps them to install trust again into.
Yeah, but how? I mean, you are all about trust and security and verification, even without blockchain. How does blockchain now help you to do it in a different way?
Well, blockchain, with the help of blockchain, you don't have to trust one single entity. The trust is divided into a multi-collateral entity network where everyone can participate into the blockchain and can submit their own data. And a majority of, let's say, the vote into a Bitcoin node or Ethereum node has to be entrusted so the information can go through. So it is really hard, for example, let's say, to hack Bitcoin or to hack any decentralized ledger technologies nowadays, because the sheer force you need to have, it's so tremendously big. So that's like put all the negative players out of the market right away.
Is this a Swiss initiative, or is it more Europe-wide, or what is the scope of this of this organization?
So, I mean, we're not selected only Swiss or European. We're open to everyone. Like, as you can see, Oracle is world-based. WIHN is really local. It is a startup from Switzerland. We're working closely with the state and some universities here. We're really opening a new way of entrusting digital identity and trust into the system. So we're open to have anyone here come join us.
What are the plans for 2020?
2020 is going to be a great year. So this week we have the GABC, the Geneva Annual Blockchain Congress, where of course we're part of. This week is also the week for Davos. We have a lot of stuff happening in Davos, so make sure to come if anyone can.
What's happening at the blockchain week there?
Oh, lots of stuff actually. I mean, and WISeKey is not only doing blockchain, as you may know, like we're doing lots of stuff about certificates, identity. We're going to have our own event at the Auto Europa this week. But there's really a bubbling new ecosystem working into blockchain, not only in Davos, but also in Zug. There's the Crypto Valley. There's like so many associations. We have talks with Bitcoin Suisse, which is like one of the leading crypto currency association in Switzerland. And I am personally a fan of cryptocurrency. And I think, like as some of the entrepreneurs that say today, such as Dom Taskop, that we have to use this type of technology for good and try to negate the evil ways that some people may use it.
How's been working with your father?
It's been great.
How is it to have him as a boss instead of a father?
No, it's fine. He's nice with me.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.